Okay, so keep in mind they're changing my voice and they're feuding me, so I'll make this brief here. The demonstration in Dearborn is a distraction. The top martial artist ever possible is me, and I have proven that I'm Christ. Martial is marital scrambled. The word martial is the word marital scrambled as in marriage, and I, Christ, and the bridegroom. Psalm 19 makes that clear, where it says that the Son of God is the champion, right? The root and offspring of David, the champion, okay? And for those of you who don't understand, you need to understand that the top martial artist is obviously the most important person in society, right? Actual top martial artist, not Bruce Lee, he was agnostic. The top martial artist ever possible, which is me. After my flesh dies due to tech breeding, cheating, and generational ill-gotten gain, there will not be another valid martial artist, and there will not be another valid top martial artist. And I've gone beyond all the other ones with my top martial arts challenge. I want to make this brief, so I'm not going to really explore why that is. I'll do that in the description of the comments. So, in Dearborn, the argument being made here is that some people think that all Muslims, and they're wrong about it, mind you, they think that all of them are evil and that they shouldn't be welcome. Well, everyone knows that argument is stupid. So why are they making it, right? They're making it so they can set a precedent to make it hard for people to understand what has happened here. What has happened here is that people are cheating me out of my right to lead, and they're being sealed in hell. The most innocent seeming of them to the most guilty of them. Because I'm the way, the truth, and the life. So people want to say things like, well, they didn't know, or we're not all like that, just like with the rich. The rich are all exploiting people. What exactly are they doing with their money and why? Unless they're doing something extremely moral with their money, they're exploiting people. No one should reproduce. Every single last person should not have children. So they want people to be confused about this by oversimplifying things and saying, well, we're not all like that. You sound just like this person. You sound just like that person. That's what that is about. So I urge people to not be violent, but I'm very disappointed that many people know that I'm Christ and I'm here, and people are not rallying to me. Now, why aren't they? Because they're merely jocks and rockers and, rappers with no higher cause, thugs with no higher cause, bikers. They're nerds. They're arrogant rich people. They're mere politicians, okay? They're mere police officers, military types. These are people who have no identity other than this. They're fake Christians, fake Muslims, fake Jews. If someone actually believed in God, they would put obeying God to me far above following their book. They don't even know who wrote the book, okay? They do know that evil people all throughout history were demanding that people tell things in a way that fits their agenda. And they don't know who wrote the book, and in Jeremiah, I believe it's chapter 8, it says the lying pen of the scribes handles the word falsely. And that's the Old Testament. That applies to the Old Testament. That applies to the New Testament. It applies to the Quran. It applies to the book of Enoch. It applies to the Hadith, you name it. It applies to every major religious book that you have. It applies to the Hindu books and the writings. It applies to the Buddhist books and writings. You name it. I'm the only one people can trust. And they refuse to debate me, and my videos are suppressed. Ask yourself why all kinds of idiots are getting all kinds of views, but I'm the top martial artist, and I have 20,000 videos on the internet, and they've all been extremely suppressed for the last 7, 8 or so years. Okay, but I made my top martial arts challenge some 13 years ago, and I have commented on countless comment sections. I've posted on various platforms, TikTok and other platforms, Facebook as well. Many people have shared my videos. Millions of people by now have some awareness of my top martial artist challenge, and they're aware that Christ is back. And they're people from different walks of life with different types. If people are too dumb to obey God to me, then they're like an animal. If they're smart enough to know that they should, then they're an evil person. Okay? And there's also destiny. There was some people's destiny to not be born. There's some people's destiny to do this, that. If it's not their destiny to obey God through me in time, then they're not going to heaven because of their forefathers' sins. And that's a recurring theme in the Old Testament. It says you'll bear your sins and your ancestors' sins. And part of your ancestors' sins were breeding people outside the divine order who were destined to not make it through the narrow path, the narrow gate to life.